Candace 50, what's up? You call me on a lazy afternoon. Grand Rising Queen, asking me what I'm up to. Let's find something to do. You know I'll be down, 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 down. Navy Man and Lover, welcome to the room. Satirical Alexander, I guess that's the name. Thank you so much for the roses and hearts. I see you arriving in your car. Jet black Mercedes built in the 70s, classic like you and me. I know you be down, 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 down. I'll be coming down, 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 down. I feel a little rush. I think I got a little crush on you. Hope it's not too much. So shout out to Oshun Ajay Exclusive, House of Ajay, and of course Bigo Live, Alfredo Domingue, Leo Nation, and again Satirical. I appreciate you being here, love. So we're going to talk about cause and effect. Time no more. All these little boys you're chasing, did they break your heart? Down, 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 down. I'm gonna let you down, 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 down. I feel a little rush. I think I got a little crush on you. Hope it's not too much. You've been waiting for me for a long time. Well, I'm here. My heart saying la 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 la. So I did actually mean to be here a lot earlier. It's like 2:32 a.m. My days just get away from me, but I am here. You know, I'm not really in the dancing mood because it's like 2:30 a.m. where I am, but you are absolutely welcome to dance, Alfredo. Anyone had to stop doing what you're doing. When I call and you come to me running, and I'll do the same for you. Tell me that you feel it too. I feel a little rush. I think I got a little crush on you. Hope it's not too much. Fall in love with you, I'm hearing my heart saying la 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 la. Eric Young, Mockingjay 710, America Needs. You are my fan now. I appreciate you being my fan, okay? So, because it's already 2:30 a.m., let's try to get through this pretty quickly. I do have some information, some downloads to share. Once again, shout out to Bigo Live, House of Ajay, and Oshun Ajay Exclusive, okay? So I want to talk about karma, or the law of cause and effect, which would be the same thing, and how your mind affects everything, how your mind creates your reality, okay? So cause and effect would be basically your mind is the cause and your experience is the effect. Another way of saying this is that you will inevitably, eventually experience the effects of that which you cause, okay? So let's talk about it. So experiencing the effects of that which you cause is what I mean is like the energy that you're putting out into the world, the way that you're making other people feel, all of your thoughts, words, and actions return to you, okay? They return to you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, okay? And so understanding this going forward, if we want to experience the positive effects of our thoughts, we have to change our thoughts. We should intentionally think, say, and do things that are going to create positive karma for us, okay? Because that's all karma is the law of effect in action. Again, your mind being the cause, your experience being the effect, okay? And so this is some knowledge that I feel like a lot of people don't know, because they do a lot of things and then they wonder why, certain things are happening to them. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of feel like people need to understand that your mind is causing the things that you're experiencing, okay? So another way to say this is that we create our own reality. Thoughts become things, whatever, however you want to say it. The way I like to explain the law of cause and effect, though, for me, because it makes the most sense, is that you will experience the effects of that which you cause, okay? So if we know this going forward, then we should be doing, saying, and thinking things that are going to bring us back our desired effects, right? So it's all about disciplining the mind, okay? Disciplining your emotions, and disciplining yourself, your impulses, not so much acting on impulse, but making smart decisions and moving very wisely. Okay? So there's a scripture to back this up, which would be Luke 6:38, which says, "What you give shall be given unto you, a good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over." Okay? It will come pouring into your lap. And for with the same measure that you have used and you have measured it out to other people, it will be measured unto you. Okay, so this means that to the exact degree that you have given out a certain energy, you will receive it back in that exact degree. I find that a lot of people, they always tend to want to negate the negative energy that they've given out to other people, the negative words that they've spoken over other people when it comes back. They always feel like what they gave out was not as bad as what they're getting back, right? But it's to the exact degree that you gave it out. And so at the end of the day, it's important for us to be honest with ourselves about the quality of energy that we're offering to the world, okay? And to other people, because it's impossible to get out of the loop of your own energy. And so we got to be very, very wise about our movements. Like I said, what is the quality of energy that you are offering to the world and to other people? Because that's exactly what's happening to you, okay? And to the exact degree, okay? And so, we don't attract the things that we want in life, but we attract the things that we are. We attract what we are. So a lot of people find themselves asking, why me? Feeling like a victim of something. But I'm from the school of thought that there are no victims, okay? There are no victims. We attract what we are. And so if you feel like a victim, then you're going to attract situations that make you feel victimized, right? If you feel impoverished, you're going to attract situations or create situations that put you in poverty. It's all about your state of mind. We literally become the personification of our own energy expression, which is why it's important to keep your vibrations high, okay? And to always think about what you're thinking about, and be very careful about the quality of your thoughts, okay? So thank you, Candace, and everyone else who's sending gifts. I thank you guys for sharing this time and space with me, okay? I don't know what time it is where you are. Absolutely, Candace, that's basically one of the main things that we have to do is to think positively, because our thoughts affect our actions, and our actions is what we're offering to the world. You know what I'm saying? Whatever actions we take, that is the quality of energy and our contribution to the collective. And so whatever we use to the collective. Absolutely, Edward. And so these are laws that Jesus and any other ascended master that anyone else, follows. These are just basic laws that, that they have tried to teach in their own way. Okay, so here I am back again to teach this lesson once again, because there's a lot of people who seem like they have not learned it. Again, we literally become the personification of the energy expression that we offer to the world. Okay, and so it's very important for us to be mindful of the energy the quality of energy that we're offering. Energy attracts like energy. So if I'm sitting around sad and feeling like a victim and feeling like everyone is against me and I'm being left out, or whatever, mentalities that people have that cause them to go into situations like, depression, anxiety, feeling isolated, and all of these things, it's basically a state of mind that then produces a state of being. Okay, so again, if you feel like a victim, you're going to create more victimhood or poverty or whatever it is that are thinking about. Okay, so it's a lot of people are, this is what I'm going to say. Your energy is going to come back to you whether you're conscious of what you're putting out or not. Okay, so it's my intention to make you conscious of the fact that your mind is creating things. Okay, so your mind would be the cause, your experience would be the effect. So it's very important for us to be mindful of what we're thinking about. Okay, so because only when we're conscious of our own energy and how it affects our reality can we begin to become a master of self and master this reality. You know what, Candace? This is why I'm coming on at like 2:30 in the morning, because my days tend to get away from me. I really wanted to go live at like 8 in the at about 8 p.m. Not 8 in the morning, 8 p.m. That was my goal, and it's like 2 a.m. But I'm still here, working so much, and then, just dealing with people, and I do a lot for other people, and, I have clients that I deal with that I plan to talk to them for like an hour, and the conversation ends up taking like 3 hours. And so, I was like, you know what, I'm still going live, okay, because I really want to get these messages out. And so, it's very important that we are conscious of how our energy affects our reality. Okay, because the only way that we're going to obtain self-mastery is to be aware of our thoughts and intentions and how they really are creating our reality. So the people, places, and things that we interact with affects our energy. Okay, we start to become a part of the environment that we place ourselves in, or that we find ourselves in. Okay, so it's important to check your environment, and the people that you're dealing with. Like, what is the quality of energy that they're putting out? Are we hanging around people that are have achieved goals that we want to achieve? Are we hanging around people that validate us just standing still and staying in the same place? Are we hanging around people that don't want us to change? You know what I'm saying? And so we got to be very mindful of these things, and the way that the people that we are around, how it affects our energy, how our environment affects our energy. Okay, if our environment is not conducive to us aligning with the highest version of ourselves, it's time to change that environment. If our friends and family are not contributing to us changing and becoming something and someone better and doing what it is that we desire to do, if they're not helping us to grow and make the changes that are necessary to be where we want to be in life, it's time to make some changes. Okay, so the butterflies over my head. I love butterflies. I don't know how many of you have heard, and I'm not going to retell it right now, but over 20 years ago, I had a dream about the time that we're in right now. Okay, a lot of people you can call it the Great Awakening, you can call it whatever. I called it the time of change. Families have changed over the years. People have changed. People's mindsets have changed, and it's due to a lot of different factors that contributed to this. But at the end of the day, if we're ready to change for the better, if we have a positive vision for our own future, this may mean, that we need to let go of some of those relationships, some of those activities that no longer serve us. Okay, so this is about, I called this the time of change because of the butterflies that I saw in my dream. And to me, those butterflies represented, transformation, going from a caterpillar being earthbound to actually being able to fly, okay, and being a butterfly. So the time of change, we're in it right now. I had the dream over 20 years ago, but we're in the time that I dreamt about right now. And so that's why it's important that this information just be, I feel like, I'm telling people things that you already know, but sometimes we need to be reminded. Okay? And so if you need to let go of certain relationships and activities, it's time to do that right now. Okay? Because at the end of the day, you cannot change other people. Okay? You can't change anyone but yourself. You can always work on self-improvement. And sometimes when you're improving yourself, the people around you start to not like you. Okay, someone correct me if I'm wrong. When you start to glow up and you start doing things that are elevating you and making you feel better about yourself, some of the people who were comfortable with you, being in a state of a lack of self-love and when you didn't care for yourself so much, those people become uncomfortable. And so sometimes you just no longer resonate with those people and they just kind of fall out of your life. They just kind of drift away. They just kind of dwindle away. Okay? If that is happening to any of you right now, I suggest that you allow that to happen. Okay? That is just indicative of the fact that you are going through a metamorphosis, that you are changing. Okay? And so, especially if you're changing for the better, okay? Especially if you are, improving yourself. Absolutely, Candace, people change when you're doing well, because if you're working on yourself and you change it and you're changing your vibration by maybe changing your diet, changing some of the things that you do, the places you go, and the people that you hang around, your vibrations, you no longer are going to resonate with the people that you used to be around. You know what I'm saying? You're going to go, you find yourself in a whole new part of your path where you're coming into contact with people who do resonate with your newly tuned up vibration. Okay? So this is quite normal. And so I don't want anyone to be distressed at losing friends or family or becoming distant with people that you used to be close to, because continue down the path and you will come into contact with your soul tribe, okay, your true family, because family is frequency. Family are the people who think and act like you, the ones who are going to support you in your growth, okay? Some of your blood family and people who've been knowing you your whole life, they're going to be uncomfortable with your growth, okay? And so naturally those relationships are going to change. And I say, don't resist that. Allow that to happen. Okay, because again, you can't change those people. You can only improve on yourself, okay? And sometimes that means leaving old behaviors, old thought processes, old environments and relationships behind, okay? Leaving those in the past. To be able to make effective changes, we must first, we first have to identify the fact that a change needs to be made, okay? So you guys know that I teach about narcissism. And if anyone who's dealt with a narcissist firsthand, this is a major thing that you will notice about them. They don't self-reflect, okay? And this is why they don't grow. A lot of narcissists are in a state of arrested development, meaning that they stopped growing emotionally and psychologically when whatever trauma happened to them in childhood to cause them to, stop growing. They stopped growing psychologically and emotionally, but their bodies kept growing. So when you're dealing with a narcissist, you're essentially dealing with a child in an adult suit, okay? Again, someone correct me if I'm wrong. To be able to make any effective changes is we have to be willing to identify the fact that something needs to change. This is something that a narcissist will never do. This is why they get caught in this repetitive cycle of destructive behavior called hypnotic rhythm. It's just a cycle of repetitive behavior of the same behavior, expecting something different to happen, and that's impossible, right? So we know that the definition of insanity would be continuing to do the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome. Okay, so Candace, I know that you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Like the repetitive cycles of the same behavior, okay? That's called hypnotic rhythm. And this is something that all narcissists do because of the fact that, in order to grow and progress, we have to be willing to change. We have to be willing to reflect on ourselves. We have to be willing to take responsibility for the things that are happening. A narcissist will torment the hell out of you and then feel like they are the victim of something when all they are the victim of is their own loop of karma coming back around. Okay, exactly, Candace. It's because they're like spoiled little children. When they go into a narcissistic rage, that is just simply a temper tantrum from the child that you're dealing with who's wearing an adult suit. Okay, I know you've experienced this. If you were actually in a relationship with a narcissist, oh, you've experienced everything that I'm going to mention, honey. Because the thing that I know about narcissists is that they all act the same way. If they didn't act the same way, you wouldn't be able to give names for the behaviors that they do, right? A narcissist is so predictable in their behavior that there are names for the things that they all do across the board. Okay, but I didn't come here to really talk about narcissism, but we can break that down. But they all do things like love bombing, gaslighting. What's some of the other things that they do? Triangulation, where they try to make you jealous of someone who may not even exist or they might exist. You know what I'm saying? They all do things like the silent treatment. They withhold love as a punishment for you not agreeing with their lies. They all lie. They all cheat. Okay, why do they all act the same way? Because it's the same spirit. Okay, anyone who's ever heard me teach about narcissism, you know that I teach that narcissism is not just an antisocial personality disorder. The antisocial personality disorder is actually a byproduct of the spiritual affliction that narcissism really is. It's a spiritual affliction, and this is why the field of psychology doesn't have any sort of cure for the narcissist. They don't know how to heal the narcissist because they don't really go deeply into the spiritual aspect of it, when at the end of the day, the root of it is a spiritual affliction. Okay? And so in order to, deal with the narcissist, you have to be equipped spiritually. Okay? Because that's where the affliction, the root of it is. Okay? And so unless we acknowledge our problems, and you can take a narcissist as an example. They don't acknowledge the fact that they have a problem, that there's things within themselves that they need to focus on and fix, okay? And so since they don't, they never have solutions to their problems. They just have problems and more problems that continue to pile up. Anyone who's been in a relationship with a narcissist, you know that there's always a problem, right? And the problem never gets resolved. You may even attempt to have a discussion about the problem with the narcissist. And what it will end up being is a circular conversation that has no resolution. I mean, I can remember having 5-hour conversations, okay, with the narcissist that I was with, to the point where my throat was literally sore. And we haven't made any progress, okay, until I started to realize that he's not even trying to understand. He loves the confusion. He loves the chaos. He loves not understanding. He's not even trying or doesn't even desire to understand, okay? He loves the energy that I'm giving him in this circular conversation. I'm trying to reword everything that I'm saying in so many different ways and present it in so many different ways, because I know that I'm an effective communicator and I don't have any problem communicating with anybody. Have never had this many misunderstandings with anyone in my life. It took me a minute, but I figured it out. The narcissist is not trying to understand or come to a resolution. They love wallowing in the chaos, okay? They love leaving things unfinished. They love starting over, but they never finish. They always starting over. So at the end of the day, that equates to a loop of repetitive behavior that never leads anywhere. They're literally going in circles, okay? And that circle that they're going in is called hypnotic rhythm. So if we want to act like the narcissist and not acknowledge the problem areas in our lives, we'll never have solutions. We won't grow. We won't go through the transformation that is needed to go from being a caterpillar to being a butterfly. Okay? Because we can't fix what we won't face. Okay? And so this is why the narcissist's problems never get resolved and never get fixed. Okay? No matter how old a narcissist gets, they do not get any wiser. The older they get, the worse they get, because the behavior has not been checked Okay, and because the only person who can change a narcissist is the narcissist themselves, and since they're not willing to even reflect on their behavior, what they do is project. Okay, this is a thing that I can guarantee you about a narcissist. Okay, anytime a narcissist is accusing you of something, you can take that to the bank as a confession, honey, because the narcissist is inside out, backwards, and upside down. Okay, someone correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, and so they don't even realize that as they're accusing you of the things that they are doing, they are literally making a confession. Okay, so you know what I'm saying? Going forward, I am going to open up panels because I want to hear what some of you guys have experienced with the narcissist. Okay, because I have people disagreeing with me, but these people are narcs themselves. Okay, unfortunately, you know, the majority of people, most people, are narcissistic in nature. Okay, most people are narcissistic in nature, and people like me, you know, people like Candace, who is most likely an empath, because that's who narcissists are attracted to. We're few and far between, and so this is why I run a private support group for narcissism, because most people who have been, you know, have survived a narcissist, if you try to talk to, you know, another person, an ordinary person, about what you've gone through, all you're going to get is judgment, and they're probably not going to understand you, and probably end up blaming you for everything that has happened, because that person is most likely a narcissist as well. Okay, they could be a covert narcissist, which is the type to throw the rock and hide their hand. Absolutely, Candace. Or, you know, a covert narcissist will smile in your face. You know, they're a snake in the grass. They will be plotting to destroy you while smiling in your face and acting like they're your friend, pretending to be helpful. So, you know, the covert narcissist is even more dangerous than the overt narcissist, because at least the overt narcissist, you can see them coming. All of their behaviors are very obvious to you, but the covert they're acting like they're your friend. They're the one smiling in your face and plotting your demise at the same time. Okay? But because we can't fix what we won't face, we have to acknowledge and accept our own roles in creating whatever it is that we're going through. Okay? Because when we accept the fact that we created everything that's happening to us, we also empower ourselves to change it. But if you sitting here like a narcissist and feeling like I'm a victim of whatever, because a narcissist, they really feel like they're a victim, and what they're a victim of is their own karma. They don't understand that their mind and the things, the energy that they have put out is what's coming back to you. Something is always happening to a narcissist. They always got some drama, some chaos, some turmoil going on in their lives, because this is the energy that they have put out into the world. Absolutely, Lord Edomite. Narcissists project, deflect, reject the truth. Okay? And so, again, this is insanity. A narcissist, I want y'all to really wrap your minds around this. The narcissist is essentially insane, because the definition of insanity, once again, is repetitive behavior and expecting a different outcome. Okay? So they are stuck in a perpetual loop of their own negative behavior, hypnotic rhythm. Okay? So when we accept the fact that, you know, the role that we played in our own situations that we're in, we empower ourselves to change what we don't like, okay? Rather than resisting it, rather than deflecting and projecting and blaming other people, okay? Or putting it onto the world and feeling like it's me against the world and the world is against me. My father's a narcissist. We confronted him on him touching me as a kid. That's what they do. They will literally, Lord Edomite, but that really happens. Like, narcissistic parents ruin their children. You know what I'm saying? They ruin their children. Like, you know, they don't have any empathy. They don't have any love. So the child of a narcissistic parent does not know what love is. They have accepted all of the harshness, all of the abuse, whether it was verbal, physical, or both, and they called that love, because they never knew anything. You know, your parents are the very first person that you come into contact with when you come into this world. And so if this is what you've known, growing up in all of your life, then you really essentially don't know what love really is. You've been accepting non-love. You've been accepting abuse. You've been accepting narcissistic behavior and calling that love. That's why in this world, so many people use the word love in vain, because most people don't know love. Okay, I talked about that in my lesson yesterday. Now, if anyone's interested in my lesson yesterday, it is up on my channel on YT. Okay, and so I'll put up my channel, one of my channels anyway. This is my channel on YT. I ain't even gonna say the real word, but y'all know what it is. So if you go to my channel and you didn't see yesterday's lesson where I talked about I talked a lot about the subject that we're talking about right now, but I don't want to go too deeply into it because I want to stay focused on cause and effect today. Okay. Candace, you can most definitely inbox me. Okay, I'm absolutely available. My private support group is on another platform, so if anyone is interested in it, just inbox me and I'll also direct you to that. Okay, but a narcissist deflects, they project, they blame, and so they always feel like a victim when they're the ones out here terrorizing everyone. Okay, and essentially terrorizing themselves. Okay, and so they blame the world as a whole, and they project all their internal garbage, onto everyone else. And this is what puts them in that perpetual loop of repetitive karmic lessons that they never learn. They never learn. Okay, you can stay with a narcissist for 20, 30 years and nothing is going to change, because what's required in order to change is for you to first recognize the necessity to change, right? So I had someone, this was a few weeks back, this was a male, someone on Bigo Live that I was talking to, and he said that he taught about narcissism and that he used to be a narcissist. Now, for the most part, I would say 99.9% of narcissists don't ever change, because they don't do the very nature of the disorder in itself is the fact that they don't self-reflect, and they don't accept responsibility for creating the circumstances that they find themselves in, and so they don't change. This is why they only get worse as they get older. So it was really hard. First of all, I didn't believe this person that you used to be a narcissist. Okay, and he very quickly proved to me what I already knew, that you still are a narcissist. Okay, so y'all beware, because there are a lot of people out here who claim to teach about narcissism, and these people are narcs themselves. Okay, so when he said that he had this degree and I teach about narcissism, so I was trying to get him to agree with me that the narcissist does not self-reflect. That's just a major thing across the board. Anybody who teaches about narcissism or even has dealt with a narcissist, they know this, okay? This is like common knowledge about a narcissist. They do not self-reflect. They do not accept responsibility for anything that they do. So that was the first red flag when I said, oh, you got a master's degree? Oh, okay. So can you agree with me that the narcissist does not self-reflect, that they don't hold themselves accountable for the things that they do? He couldn't agree with me on that. So right off top, I knew that you are a narc yourself, okay? So then he started trying to explain to me how, the narcissist, they don't see anything wrong with what they do. Okay, that's fine, but does that make it okay for them to do it? Because again, the narcissist emotionally torments and psychologically torments and tortures people, okay? Sometimes the whole household, okay? If someone has a narcissistic husband or a father or a mother, whoever's in the house, the narcissist is tormenting everyone around them, okay? And to say that, they don't see anything wrong with their behavior, that does not excuse their behavior. Okay, there is something wrong with their behavior, and just the fact that they can't see it doesn't make it okay. It's not okay to torture and torment people because you don't want to deal with your own internal torment. Okay, a narcissist is a tormented soul. Okay, a tortured soul, and they project that internal garbage onto anyone. especially the closest people around them. Now, all narcissists also wear masks. So when they go out into the world, they're acting like they're the sweetest person in the world. They're acting like they're the most helpful person in the world. And so for people who are dealing with them behind closed doors, it's going to be extremely hard for you unless you're talking to another person who's dealt with narcissism, which is another reason why I have a private support group, to convince them that this narcissist is just pure evil, because they'll go out into the world and act like they're the sweetest person in the world, and then they turn into the devil behind closed doors, only with the closest people to them. Okay? Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Okay? So these karmic lessons continue appearing in the narcissist's life, or in anyone's life who does not reflect on the self and hold yourself accountable for the part you played in the circumstances and situations that you find yourself in. The lessons are going to continue to appear, which is why the narcissist is essentially stuck in a loop of hypnotic rhythm. It will continue to appear in different forms until you accept responsibility for attracting or creating the situation or the circumstance. Because when you accept responsibility and accountability, you also empower yourself to be the one to change it. If you accept the fact that, yes, I got myself into this situation, then you also empower yourself to get yourself out. Okay, you also make yourself responsible for changing or fixing the situation. Okay, so this is why the narcissist feels like a victim and why they play the victim, because they don't accept responsibility for creating the circumstances and situations that they find themselves in. And so they, instead of life happening for them, they feel like life is happening to them. And so they render themselves powerless by refusing to hold themselves accountable. Okay, so that's a double-edged sword. You know what I'm saying? You if you're not accountable for the situations that you're in, and everybody else is doing things to you, then you don't have power to get yourself out of it. Okay, and so it's not wise to project and deflect and deny, because again, you put yourself in this repetitive loop of repeating karmic lessons. Welcome, King Nomar, in the building. So, they never grow. So again, the narcissist is a child in an adult suit. They are in a state of arrested development, meaning that they stopped growing at some point in their lives. Okay, most of the time it was due to some sort of trauma that happened in childhood, and at that point they stopped developing emotionally and psychologically, but their body kept growing. So they look like an adult, but they damn sure don't act like one. Okay, and so they don't care about anyone else's emotions. They only care, and they feel like everything is happening to them. They don't have any power to to change anything or fix anything. They just it's a pitiful state of being. They don't understand that our thoughts and our emotions create our reality, both individually and collectively. Okay, but we have to start with the self. Okay, our thoughts inspire our emotions. Our thoughts affect our emotions that then affect our actions. Okay, is there way or no way? Exactly, just like a spoiled child. Okay, so in my situation with the person who was trying to say it's my way or no way, then there was no way. And that's why you're gone, and that's why you're out of my life, and that's why you're locked out. You know what I'm saying? That's why I never want to see, the narcissist again, because you know what I'm saying? I chose the highway, honey. That my way or the highway stuff don't work on me, honey. I chose the highway, okay? Because it's going to lead me somewhere that I want to be, okay? Not up under someone who is a tortured, tormented soul and projecting that out onto me, because at the end of the day, I'm a joyful person by nature, okay? So when I was with a narcissist, you can't even be happy in the presence of a narcissist. If you mess around and look like you're having some fun or laughing or enjoying something, they're going to do something so horrible. You know what I'm saying? Because they just want you, they cannot stand to see other people happy, because they only experience what we call the demonic emotional palette, which is, 4 emotions, okay? That would be jealousy, anger, fear, and rage. That is the only four emotions that a narcissist experiences. And so when they see you experiencing higher vibrating emotions, such as joy, happiness, peace, oh, they're going to go out of their way. They're going to do everything in their power to destroy it. Not just disrupt it or disturb it, but to destroy it. Okay? They work for the devil. So, I didn't plan to go into this. But I got to go into it a little bit because it goes along with what I'm talking about, okay? Empathic people carry the energy of God within them. God is love, right? That's all it is. The energy of love, unconditional love. An empathic person is unconditionally loving. And a narcissist is the exact opposite, meaning that they are the enemy of love, okay? They don't know love, okay? And they literally hate love, okay? Anyone who has experienced a narcissist, they don't like to see people in love. They don't like to see people happy. They don't like to see people enjoying anything. They go out of their way to destroy it, okay? A narc would be, it's equivalent to the person who gets on an airplane and straps a bomb to themselves and they plan to blow up the airplane and they don't even care that they're going to blow up with the plane as long as I accomplish my goal of destroying everyone else and everyone else's happiness. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Okay? So, they attack you psychologically with all the mind games that they play. They'll tell you something or promise you something and then turn around and say they never said it. They'll turn around and say something never happened. The goal is to drive you mad. Okay, at the end of the day, they play mind games, understanding because they know that our thoughts affect our emotions, which then affect our actions. Okay, so the ultimate goal of the narcissist, if they can achieve it, they literally want you to take yourself out. Okay, they literally want to drive you crazy and make you suicidal at the end of the day. Okay, if anyone, disagrees with me, speak up now. Because I guarantee you I know what I'm talking about, okay? They literally are vessels for the enemy of God, okay? And so I want you to be able to wrap your minds around it because we're going to go deeper into it as I go forward, not necessarily in this particular lesson, but going forward as I teach more about narcissism, okay? So to effectively change our reality, we have to change our thoughts and the things that we're thinking about. And if anyone who's ever been around a narcissist, they want to control everything that you think about. They want you to believe lies, and they want you to, yes, King Nomar, did you want to say it in the comments or you want to come up? How do I let you up? Let me see if I can open up something right quick. Okay, I think you might be able to join. They're good at controlling you unless you can outwit them. And okay, Candace, because I never allowed myself to be controlled. What I did do, though, I can say I made a lot of adjustments and changes because at the time I thought I was dealing with someone who was sane. And so I willingly made all of these adjustments and changes to my, to myself and to my behavior and all of that. So I guess that is a level of control, but it's a very manipulative way of controlling you. But at the end of the day, yes, a narcissist will train you into acting a certain way with their behavior. Their behavior is very destructive, okay? And so it's like they will train you into not questioning them about their destructive behavior by going into a rage every time you bring up something that they did that was horrible, okay? And they go into a rage. So after a while, they start doing more and more destructive things, but you begin to be more and more afraid to say something about it because you don't want to go through all the torture that they're going to cause you just for bringing it up. Or they're going to leave you, you know what I'm saying? Or they're going to do something to destroy something, So it's just like you're dealing with the devil, okay? There's no goodness in them at all. So, in order to not be destructive to the world and to yourself, to not be like a narc, you have to start being conscious of what the energy, the thoughts that you're thinking. You have to start thinking about what you're thinking about, okay? Because what you're thinking about is what is going to affect what you're feeling, and what you're feeling is going to affect what you're doing, okay? And what you're doing is going to basically send out an energy that's coming right back to you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. So at the end of the day, let's trace it back to the source. Your mind is the cause, your experience is the effect, okay? So start thinking about what you're thinking about, being very, very mindful of the quality of your thoughts, okay? And so now that you're aware that your thoughts comprise the very fabric of your reality, spirituality is not a competition. No, it's not a competition, but for a narcissist, all of life is a competition. They are continuous. They even compete with the person that they're married to. They even compete with the person that they're in a relationship with, okay? The narc that I was with, I've had an online store for several years. And I remember one day I came home and he had gone into, and I didn't even, at the time, I didn't even blame him for doing it because I didn't want to think that he had done it. But I came home, I got my laptop, and I went into my store, into the back end of my online shop, and several items had been deleted out of my store, including my my tarot readings, okay? And under that, so when he had basically deleted items out of my store because he was jealous of the fact that I had an online store. And he had deleted the tarot readings, which had a lot of reviews under it. So when I lost that, I was able to recreate it because I probably caught him in the act of trying to delete the whole entire store, okay? So I lost a lot of reviews on my work when he deleted that out of my store. And so he did that out of jealousy, but I didn't realize that until after the relationship was over. Because when it happened, I'm sitting here because I didn't want to believe he would do that. I didn't understand how a narc's mind works at the time. I didn't realize that he was jealous of me. I thought somebody had hacked into my store and done it. But after a while, the things that he would say, like, you know, like when we would argue, and we would only argue when he had done something destructive and I wanted to discuss it so it didn't happen again, he would always leave, okay? And then he would say, you know, now you're going to have to get up off your ass and go punch a clock like I do, which I never had to. I've had an online store. I'm still going to sit on my ass and make money like I've been making it, whether you hear or not, okay? Still doing it now, and he's been gone for 2 years, okay? So, but he was jealous of the fact that he had to get up and go to work and punch a clock, and he hated the fact that I made my money from home, that I made my money using my own spiritual gifts. You know what I'm saying? Jealous of the person that you're in a relationship with. Just you know, the things they do, like I said, it's a waste of time and energy to try to make sense of the things that they do, because again, at the end of the day, the narcissist is insane, okay? They're all the same way, Candace, because it's one spirit, okay? You can their behavior is very predictable. It's one spirit, okay? The devil. That which we call the devil, okay? That's who they are. They are vessels unto the darkest energy that has been allowed to enter this plane. Correct me if I'm wrong. So, you know what I'm saying? Our reality is basically an outpicturing of our inner state of being. Cut up clothes and hide my things. Yeah, they're very destructive. That's all they do. They destroy. They kill, steal, and destroy. Okay? They kill your joy. If they could kill you physically, which some of them have killed, okay, they do that as well. They steal your joy and all your happiness and all your peace and all your freedom, all your individuality. And they destroy everything in your life that's good to you. All of your relationships that mean something to you, they push those people away or try to isolate you from those people. They try to take you away from anything that you enjoy. Anyone who's dealt with a narcissist for any amount of time, you learn how to hide anything good from them. Because if they discover that you enjoy something or that you love something, they're going to destroy it. Okay, this is their goal, and I want you guys to understand why they move the way they do, because they are the devil's co-workers. Now, I'm gonna put my channel back in the comments, because if anyone is interested, I did do a year-long book study of Napoleon Hill's Outwitting the Devil. Okay, and what that is an interview with the energy that we call the devil, and he basically was explaining how he infiltrates people's minds in all of his ways, and I paralleled that with yeah, they destroy everything that you love, Candace. That's why they came into your life, to kill, steal, and destroy, just like the devil, because they are the devil's children, just like empaths are God's people and God's children. Okay, I'm not just saying this is the truth. Okay, and so, you know, and I know that if you've experienced it, you know that by now. So, you know, negative thinking, like what the narcissist does 24/7. Venerable ADL, did you have something to add to the conversation? Okay. I don't know why every time I do this, people just sit here and ain't got nothing to say. Like, let me close off my thing again, because I ain't got time for that. I thought somebody asked to come up. Okay. So I don't want to be disturbed right now, unless if somebody really wants to come up and add to the conversation, I will definitely open that up for someone to add to the conversation. Thank you so much, Venerable, for the flower. I appreciate that. Okay. And so basically, negative thinking creates a negative environment. Okay? Nobody knows this more than someone who has lived with a narcissist. Okay? but you know, if you're not a narcissist, then you can literally reconfigure your reality by changing your thoughts. Okay? By choosing your thoughts more wisely. Okay? Thank everyone who's gifting me right now. Okay, I've only been a host for a few days, and so I am enjoying it, though. I've been teaching on another platform since 2016, and I'm still teaching on that platform as well, but I'm glad to be on here and reaching more people. I'm an empath living with a narcissist. My condolences, okay? And I do hope that you are planning to get out, okay? Because that is like the most horrible situation that anyone could ever be in, especially if you're an empath. You know, narcissists you're in the queue. Okay. How can I really want to open it up as, let me see if I can open it up as a multi. I appreciate what you're educating me on. I appreciate you being here, Candace. So I'm trying to see if I can open up. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Skittles, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. I can barely hear you. Let me put this on mute.
Oh, because I'm up
Okay, are you
really
there?
loud. Yes.
Okay. Your sound is very low. I don't know if it's because my phone is turned up.
Mine is too. I'm turned all the way up.
Okay, so I really wanna oh, okay, hold on. Let me see if I can do this. Guest live. I'm trying to see if I can, I don't know, because I haven't been on here long enough. I want to open up so I can bring you
Like a
actually
panel?
up on the panel.
Yeah, I think it says different sizes of boxes you can open.
I can't even hear you. I hear you saying something, but it's so low that I can
Oh, wait,
barely
let me get
hear
some
you. But
headphones.
I'm gonna
I'll get to
figure
my
this out.
let me get my
Cause
AirPods.
because I really did want to open it up as a multi-guest panel. So
How
I
about
put
that?
guest live,
Is
and
that
I just
better?
followed you. But let me see, how do I do this? Okay. I hear the boat. You hear us well? Okay. So
Yeah.
that's fine then. If y'all can hear her, I can hear a little bit, so I think it's okay. So did you want to add something to the conversation, Skittles?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I recently found out what this type of personality is.
Why the
And
hell can't I hear? This is frustrating. I want to hear you better. Hold on. How the hell do I do this? PK team. PK settings. You can go ahead and talk so everyone else can hear you because I am recording this
Okay.
on another thing and I will be able to hear it. I won't be able to respond because I don't know how to do it unless I
Okay.
was to leave and come back. I'm not gonna do that though.
So basically, I recently found out what this type of personality disorder, because it is a disorder. A narcissist is a personality disorder. And I had a mother that was like that. I didn't know it. And it basically scarred me because with a narcissist, you can never do enough. Like, you can never give enough. You can never um,
Have her go out
please
and come
them.
back in. Is that gonna make a difference?
Oh, okay, let me try that.
Yeah, try to go out and come back in and let me see if I can hear you better. Damn, how would they be doing this? I want to make it a multi guest so I can actually bring you up because I think I would hear you better if I could make it a multi guest live. Go ahead. Did you go out and come back?
Well, let me. Is it, I did.
Okay, I hear you a little better now.
So I was saying, I didn't know what this personality disorder was until like about a year ago, and I kept attracting them. I had a mom that was. I didn't understand the personality, but it was very painful because you know what they do. Like, they try to, like you said, attack everything good. And my mom was a covert one, so everybody in the community thought she was apple pie,
Mm-hmm.
perfect, everything, perfect member in the church, perfect member in the community. But at home, she was cold. She was cold and distant. She was judging, just awful. And then later, I attracted a man like that,
Mm-hmm.
and I couldn't understand what I was doing wrong. I would do everything, make dinner, run his bath water when he came home from work, like everything. And this guy stayed miserable. And I remember as an empath, I would just cry. I would just, be alone and I would just cry because I couldn't understand what these things I was feeling because this person made me feel so miserable. And so I
That's
got rid
their
of him.
goal.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Because he
their
would do
goal.
little things. Exactly. And I didn't know this. So I got therapy because I couldn't understand why was I feeling the way I was feeling with him. And I didn't think it was anything that he was doing. I thought it was just his personality, and I thought, okay, just distance yourself. But when I had a kid with him, which by the way, um, the reason why I had a kid with him was because he put a hole in the condom. Okay. That kind of that kind of crap with a narcissist. So the day I told him I wanted to leave, he made sure he, love bombed me and all that, got me back. And when we had sex, he made sure that he put a hole in that condom.
They all do the same thing. This is why we have words for the things that they do, names for stuff like love bombing and all of those things that they do. I really want to. I don't. Damn. I wish I'm trying to figure out how in the hell can I make this. I really would like to bring you guys up on the panel, like, cause I can hear you, but it still is so low. Like,
I mean, this is really something that really needs to get out because there's so many
yeah,
women
yeah.
and
Okay,
men
y'all,
living
I
under
got to
this.
do this. I'm about to end
Yeah.
this live and I'm going to come right back. I hope you guys come right back. Skittles, please come right back because I want to open up a
Okay.
panel so we can talk about
Yeah.
this. Okay, so I'm going to end this one and I'm going to
Okay.
come right back so we can get into it because I want to be able to hear you clearly. I did hear you say that you
Okay.
had a narcissistic mother, a narcissistic parent. Um, and that then you ended up in narcissistic relationships. That's a pattern that we do because I was talking about
Mm-hmm.
it earlier about as far as how we accept this non-love from our parents, and so we end up accepting it from other people because we don't really know what love is. Okay, so since I don't know what I'm doing, y'all, I'm gonna end this live, but I'm going to come right back. Mikey Williams. Y'all arguing in the comments. So anyway, y'all, I'm about to end this live so I can come back and open it up as a multi-guest panel. And then if y'all would like to join me, most definitely do that, okay? Candace, what I'm going to do, let me see if I can make you a mod in here, and then you can do it.
Somebody said block them.
No, I'm not kicking her out. Manage, set as admin. There you go. So if you want to block him, block him. But anyway, y'all, stay tuned. I'm gonna end this live because I want to come back and allow you guys to come up on the panel if you want to, so we can get deeper into it. So Skittles, I do hope you come back, okay? I'm gonna be right back.
Okay.